No. You don't get to interrupt me with my title card when I'm trying to snap myself into existence. I am Mecca. That's my space thing. It doesn't work sometimes, and sometimes it does. And you know what? Between being told to go touch grass, and now it's doing the we're not delivering a neutered doctor. It's gonna be the queerest ever. You know what you can do with a sonic screwdriver? And it's even curved to hit that G spot. Thank you very much. I made a video on that. I am Becca. Doctor Who. I'm smacking the sonic screwdriver. This is Dr. Jody's, isn't it? You can see why it was shaped this way now. Because they've been injecting this thing in this entire time, haven't they? The adulter themes and things. And first off, like, I've been watching Doctor Who for a very, very, very long time. A lot older than I look. I grew up watching it on PBS. The 80s PBS reruns were the 60s and 70s and all that, right? So, well, 70s mostly. Mostly the 70s Doctor Who. I'm trying not to rant. I'm trying not to yell. Right? Between being told to touch grass, right? Is that in this one? They're going to revitalize it. And being told that they're just going to be blatantly over the top with all of this. Oh, that's the Beatles thing. I do have to point out that you know, nobody had a problem with Black Gay Bill, the assistant back in the day. Nobody had a problem with the interracial relations between Mr. Pink and Jenna Coleman, even though the show was kind of bad. I think I was the only person saying that the Peter Capaldi era of Doctor Who wasn't very good, now that I think about it. Yeah, nobody had a problem with all that. You know what the difference was back then, right? What happened that was different right around the time they started with Dr. Jodie, Dr. Whittaker, Dr. Jodie? The female doctor, right? Other than being known as the female doctor, which is kind of insulting in its own, now this one's going to be known as the black gay doctor. So, thanks, diversity. Now we got the black gay one, we got the woman one. Maybe they should have made them all a bunch of white men. If that's all you're going to be, you're just going to be the black gay doctor now. And that's the thing. What's changed? The marketing, the articles, these things. They're pitting us against each other faster than we can come together and have some fun and celebrate. Like, we come together and then everything's just destroyed. And then everybody's infighting and nobody likes any fandom and nobody can agree with anything. And he's not making it any better by giving interviews. Like, what's it like for this? Say, hey, I'm here because I'm a working actor in the entertainment industry in the UK doing Doctor Who. Can we move past that? I think it's a little bit irrelevant in a time of day and age in a science fiction television show where they go into the future, into the past, in other dimensions, all throughout time and space, in a police box. And I think the bigger issue is, why do they still go to the UK and have the most boring British girls as they compare? Well, not always, but sometimes they do. Is she okay or not? I don't know. It's supposed to be funny. I'm like, we could be mad at stupid, funny stuff like that for all we care, you know, because people be mad about it being, you know, black or gay or queer or whatever, or diverse. We've had that for who knows how long before this me.
Put a chick in it, make her gay. Put a chick in it and make her name it gay.
I yell so much I need to. I'm not pausing. We're not editing. We're doing this live. In one take, because that's the kind of YouTube chick I am sometimes. Also, if you like this content,
the following video is brought to you through the generous support of viewers like you. If you like this content, then please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And for those who are in the position to donate, this channel thanks you. And so does this orange cat.
What's changed? The marketing, the articles, right? You can say it's the DEI, but that thing has been in since long before, right? They've always been inclusive. They've always made a push for it. What has happened, though? They're using that as a way to generate controversy for clicks. And that doesn't work anymore. That hasn't worked for forever. Who does that work for? Nobody. Velma, maybe. That might work for Velma. I don't think that's working too long for season 2. But what do I see? We have these uninspired stories of these brands and IPs that go on forever. They're trying to appeal now. Have you seen this Beatles thing? Oh no. This Beatles thing. Oh, I feel like anyone who has a problem with someone who's not a straight white man playing this character, you're really not truly a fan of the show. If you think you have to resort to this race bait to market a science fiction television show about aliens to people who understand that different species are out there, then what are you doing? You're just making it so you're giving anybody an excuse to call you a slur at this point. Because look what's happening on the internet. Oh, you think we all think you're a slur or a double slur? Well, guess what? Then this person is just not good enough as a fan for you, and they're gonna go and watch something else. You cannot insult people and bully them into watching your thing. I know, I should know that, because I get really disappointed and I say stuff I shouldn't, and I can't come back for it, so I'm sorry I have. Oh, the Beatles thing! The Beatles thing! Oh, I forgot about this. So now they're going and trying to play on the only other... Oh yeah, all the doctors, they weren't exactly straight in the past in this Variety article here. I'm still going. There's so much. The Doctor Who Beatles thing. All right. He said they weren't the straightest. I don't care who there's a cute little doggy that goes affirmative.
Affirmative.
And there's guys in like plant monsters and little doggies that go affirmative. That's Doctor Who to me. And a guy's face in this time vortex going the music, the sound effects, running from Daleks and Cybermen, and that is Doctor Who. Okay? That's all I need to show up for. Oh, you got Daleks? Great. I'm on board. You don't need to constantly change it, you know? They keep bringing back Daleks despite saying they never will. Same thing with Star Trek. Oh, we're never going to bring in Spock. You know what? Spock. Star Trek. You know what? Make it episodic. Go and explore something and have some sort of real moral without telling me I'm an istafo. Or not. I don't care. Or just have something goofy and corny at this point. At least this isn't race bait, queer bait, whatever, but it's still bait because none of these guys look like the Beatles. This is still bait and controversy too. This has generated so much of a buzz that the actor who plays Ringo is mad and upset, and he's triggered now on Twitter. Here's what he's saying. Here's the guy who plays Ringo.
This is it here. I'm in the bottom right on the bottom row. That's me.
He still doesn't look that much like Ringo. You don't look like Ringo. I'm sorry, you don't look much like Ringo. You look more like you look more like Pete Townsend, maybe. Keith Moon. You look more like Keith Moon. You look more like Keith Moon.
I play a Beatle, and people have their opinions.
And that's not on him. That's not on him. I'm mad at the people generating, like using this to generate buzz, right? In a day and age where you get on Twitter and it's all this, right? So I'm sorry that they don't tell us, you know, oh yeah, it's just the internet, ignore it. I'm sorry they don't tell. So clearly they didn't tell him. It's the internet, ignore it. They're Doctor Who people. Everybody's just mad because the show sucks now. It's not on you. Okay, we're just mad the show sucks. Sorry we're telling you. You're just the waiter.
Which is fine. You do you. But I have been humbled very quickly by some of the comments. Let me show you.
You're fine, dude. I'm sorry we get so crappy on the internet. I've been certainly part of that where I've said, you know, I said that too. You don't look like Ringo. That's not a thing on him. That's a thing on the casting agent. That's not a thing on the casting agent. Or that is a thing on the casting agent. That's a thing on, then this is just another thing they can't get right, I think, at this point. It's just another thing people are going to be mad at. He looks more like a goalie.
Here's the first one. There are no words. Why does Ringo look like a middle-aged
Looks more like a goalie.
I mean, come on, I'm clearly not.
No, I think they were talking about the other Martha Stewart-looking Beatle one. And this is what they do. They keep this controversy. Oh, really? And then they make it super tiny. Fine. And they can't even do that right, apparently. Well, then, we will just go back to wherever I left my Twitter feed open and hear what he has to say. Oh, you don't even have it on the audio. You can't even hear it. He's triggered. He's triggered. Ringo's triggered. We'll do it again.
This is it here. I'm in the bottom right on the bottom row. That's me. I play a Beatle.
He plays a Beatle.
And people have their opinions, which is fine. You do you. But I have been humbled very quickly by some of the comments.
He's been humbled very quickly by some of the comments.
Let me show you. Okay, here's the first one. There are no words. Why does Ringo look like a middle-aged woman?
Why does Ringo look like a middle-aged woman? I just say, why does he look more? He looks more like Howard Wolowitz from The Big Bang Theory. That was my first response. That was my first reaction. Howard from The Big Bang Theory is in that still. The way they have him smiling, the way they have him posed, and the way they have his hair and the makeup, right? It is not on the actor. It is on how they have him dressed up. They clearly have people who didn't understand anything about the Beatles going in and just kind of using a generic shot and be like, oh, okay, that's good enough. Fine.
Bottom right, on the bottom row, that's me. I play a Beatle.
Yes, you do.
People have their opinions, which is fine. You do you. But I have been humbled very quickly by some of the comments. Let me show you.
So, Doctor Who, we're still relying on this controversy for clicks. We're still relying on this. And what's going to happen, right? What's going to happen? Well, you're going to have people coming out of the woodwork and just saying, you know what? Maybe you should have a straight white doctor if this is all you can do is just make him the gay black one, right? Maybe you should have stuck with that because that's going to give people the excuse online to start attacking because of that and start complaining because of that and start saying that. If that's all you got, if he's just the gay black one, then maybe you should have a white guy being the doctor. I don't know. Or maybe you have the series end. Or maybe stop relying on this clickbait. Stop relying on the fact that we don't have television anymore without generating so much controversy because we have so many micro pockets of people who either don't have, like in the United States, we don't care about streamers hardly anymore. Some people do, some people don't. This is all Disney money. So they're Disneying up and making it even more Disney preachy, because that's all Disney's been doing lately is just, and we got to make sure there's a message, and we got to have one of every color of the rainbow, or else we're going to get in trouble with nobody, because we're trying to be better, and you have to be better too, and blah, 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 blah. Lead by example then, lead by example instead of preaching and telling us or else, right? Because this reminds me, this whole diversity and stuff reminds me of that one friend who gets sober, and then anytime anybody has a drink, they think you have a problem, right? That one person who comes out of therapy and thinks anytime you get upset by something, you need to be on medication. That is what this reminds me of. And we're sick of that. We're sick of the preachy shit. Can you just let people live their lives and be okay? No, you can't. Can you just make a science fiction show where you don't have to rely on this? No, you don't. No, you can't, clearly. If they could, they wouldn't have been doing this, and they wouldn't be pulling the same tactics and the same tricks. And they rehire Russell T. Crapping Davies. I say Davis. Why did I say Davis? I don't know. You rehire Russell T. Davies. They're like, you got it wrong. You're not a true fan. I don't care. I misspoke. I said the wrong thing because I'm tired. It's getting very warm in here, and I need to make a thumbnail. We're not delivering a neutered doctor. Okay. If we're in a day and age where people can't agree what's family friendly and what's not, isn't that a bigger issue than calling us all istophobes? All right? Because what's going to happen? We're just going to separate further. I am Mecca. This show, I think we need a divorce from Doctor Who. I think so. I'll see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!